Hello and welcome to episode number 34 of WITM Season 8. It is time for NXT, the first NXT since NXT Halloween Havoc, and we have a good card in store for you, including a title match, as first off, we will see the new NXT champion who defeated both Ilya Dragunov and the former NXT champion Tony D'Angelo in triple threat action to become the new NXT champion. Tiger Brown in action versus JD McDonagh in a non-title matchup, a rivalry match. And then the main event, Sword and Darf will defend their NXT Tag Team Championships against the team that they defeated about a month ago to win those titles, the Creed Brothers. They've been embroiled with a rivalry with them ever since. The Creed Brothers looking to regain the NXT Tag Team Championships. But prior to those matches, we are going to have a promo segment, so let's head to the ring for that segment. Okay, the leader of the NXT Falcon Claws, Cabbages, is in the ring, microphone in hand. What does he have to say? Over the past month and a half or so, the Falcon Claws have been victims of the Smile Society, suffering cheap shots, getting jumped, getting attacked backstage, etc. But tonight, at the first NXT with me fully in charge of the NXT Falcon Claws, that all changes. Tonight, we become the hunters, and the Smile Society is the prey. So Smile Society, I'm challenging you to a fight under our terms for once. Next week, in this ring, all 4 NXT Falcon Claws versus the Smile Society, Cameron Grimes, and the 3 masked members of the Smile Society. What do you say, cowards?
Money, I'm stacking money. I can see it saying jump to the moon. I'm stacking money, I'm stacking money. I can see it saying jump to the moon. We can't be too worried about the past. $100,000 with my foot down on the gas. I'm just throwing out a little cash.
Okay, the one unmasked member of the Smile Society so far, Cameron Grimes, has made his way to the ring. How he respond to Cabbage's challenge? I was wondering when one of you boys was going to finally nut up and challenge us. Well, Cabbages, consider your challenge for next week accepted by the Smile Society. But be warned, next week we are going to continue to do what we've always done, and that's to beat your asses to the moon. Okay, and with that, we have a huge match confirmed for the next edition of NXT. It will be all 4 members of the NXT Falcon Claws. The NXT champion Tiger Brown, the leader of the NXT Falcon Claws, Cabbages, and the, as of tonight, we'll see if they still are next week, NXT Tag Team Champions Sword and Darf, competing in an 8-man tag team match 4-on-4 against the Smile Society, Cameron Grimes and the 3 masked men. Finally, all 8 men involved in this rivalry in one ring. But that's going to have to wait till next week. We still have a lot of great action here in store for you tonight, starting with the NXT champion Tiger Brown competing against JD McDonagh in a rivalry matchup. Will Tiger be able to keep momentum going in his first match as NXT champion, or will JD McDonagh play spoiler here and perhaps put himself into the NXT championship conversation with a non-title victory? Let's find out and get our first of 2 WITM matches underway.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall, making his way to 180 pounds, JD McDonagh.
Calling it a crash and burn, just waiting your turn. Might have time to speak. There barely was a lesson learned. Consider return, no favors back to me. I'm sure it tasted oh so sweet, but it was never good enough for me. I bit the tongue behind my teeth. It was never good enough for me. You say you always keep your word. Show me what you're after. I thought you promised me the world. Tell me what you're after. Don't wanna take it way too far. 'Cause here we are, waiting once again. You say you always keep your word. Show me what you're after, just a little faster. Am I the only eyes that see so steadily this cut and dry routine? Even when you're by my side, I still need time to feel the company. I'm sure it tasted oh so sweet, but it was never good enough for me. I bit the tongue behind.
And there's the bell of this non-title matchup between the new NXT champion Tiger Brown and JD McDonagh, looking for a big non-title victory, is underway. Of course, JD McDonagh in real life now a member of the Judgment Day, the team that the Raw Falcon Claws are feuding with, but at this point he was still on NXT looking to make a name for himself. And a powerbomb by Tiger, and now several strikes. The NXT champion looking strong early on. McDonagh's head already in the yellow zone, and now Brown attacking that head with mounting punches. Stunning McDonagh. Now Tiger to the top rope. And a huge neck breaker sending McDonagh's head to the orange zone, but now McDonagh trying to catch the champion off guard with a roll-up, but Brown gets out at one. Irish whip by McDonagh and an arm drag. Now McDonagh with a hold locked in, trying to wear down the arm and shoulder of Brown, but Brown is able to break the hold. Now a huge clothesline by Brown, but that puts him in a vulnerable position as McDonagh is able to capitalize and stomp away, and now hit repeated knees to the head. And Brown's going to head to the outside recover. McDonagh goes for the suicide dive, but ends up damaging himself as Brown is able to evade. McDonagh's body now in the yellow zone. And Brown has a finisher as well. The NXT champion dominant so far in this non-title match. Brown goes in a amount of punches. McDonagh at risk of injury, head in the red zone. And now a stomp by Brown. And a kick to the chest. We're at a count of 4. Stump puller by Brown. At a count of 5. McDonagh forced back to the ring by Brown. Brown looking to take flight here, perhaps looking for that 450 splash. He is, but McDonagh able to evade. That likely would have been curtains for McDonagh had that hit, but good ring awareness. Now McDonagh, who has a finisher of his own now, attacks the arm of Brown. His momentum starting to turn in McDonagh's favor. There's Brown with a reversal, trying to make the answer to that question a no. Now repeated uppercuts with McDonagh in the corner. And McDonagh's getting tossed around the ring with Brown hitting uppercuts all over the place, ending with a drop kick. McDonagh forced up. There's a right from Brown. And now he hits his signature. McDonagh stunned. Brown goes for cover and picks up a victory. And now we have a cutscene. Okay, so the game's showing the injury cutscene for Tiger after the match, which is funny considering that McDonagh did no significant damage whatsoever to Tiger during that matchup. And to confirm, I checked the news and Tiger is not injured. And that brings us to our main event, where Sword and Darf, the NXT Tag Team Champions, who will be accompanied by Cabbages. I added him to ringside since the Creed brothers will have Ivy Nile, also of the Diamond Mine, at ringside. But Sword and Darf will be defending the NXT Tag Team Championships in the main event of this edition of NXT against the team that they defeated to win the titles that they have been feuding with ever since, the Creed brothers, Brutus and Julius, who also represent the stable, the Diamond Mine, who will be accompanied by fellow Diamond Mine member Ivy Nile. Will Sword and Darf remain Tag Team Champions and continue their dominance over the Creed brothers as they have since becoming champions, or will the Creed brothers get their revenge here and regain the Tag Team Championship gold? Let's find out and get our main event underway for the NXT Tag Team Championships.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the NXT Tag Team Championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 515 pounds, Brutus and Julius, the Creed Brothers. And their opponents at a combined weight of 475 pounds. They are the NXT Tag Team Champions.
And there are the prizes on the line, the titles that Darf and Sword beat the Creed Brothers for. The Creed Brothers want it back. The Falcon Claws want to remain NXT Tag Team Championships. Which team, or rather NXT Tag Team Champions, which team is walking away with the gold? As Brutus Creed is getting things started for the Creed Brothers. Sword gets things started for the Falcon Claws, as apparently Julius Creed is bringing an injury into this matchup. His head already in the yellow zone, probably from a previous match with the Falcon Claws. So the Creed Brothers already at a disadvantage here as they look to regain the gold. But Julius Creed brought in early into this matchup as he's rushed to the Falcon Claw corner, where Darf is going to get tagged in early as well. And there's a kick to the gut by Creed. And a massive clothesline. And a belly-to-belly suplex by Creed. And an elbow drop to the chest. Darf in fireman's carry position. And Creed hits snake eyes on the turnbuckle. Darf in a bad position, seated in the corner, but Darf is able to push away the foot of Creed and get out of the corner and force Creed down the canvas. Now Darf showing off some of that power with a massive sit-out powerbomb to damage the chest of Julius. There is another suplex by Julius. Darf with a roll-up. Can he catch Julius off guard? No, he powers out at one, but that injured head already in the orange zone for Julius. As Julius goes for cover, and Sword is going to break that up. Brutus nearly gets the Creed Brothers counted out there, but makes it back outside just in time. Darf with a series of rights. Reversal by Creed with the reverse DDT. Darf's chest now in the yellow zone as he tries to make it over to Sword for a tag, but is stopped by Creed. And now Creed to the apron, to the top turnbuckle. But Darf gets to his feet and tries to cut him down. Creed still able to take flight here there with the elbow and goes for cover, but Darf powers out at one. And now, repeated knees to the head of Darf. Julius does have a finisher built up as well. And now Darf's chest in the orange zone. And mounted punches to the head of Darf, sending Darf's head into the yellow zone. Darf with a reversal, that injured head now in the red zone. And at high risk of further injury. If I'm Julius Creed, I'm making a tag to Brutus right away. Very bold strategy by the Creed Brothers to keep Julius in this long and have him do the brunt of the work for the Creed Brothers. Darf goes for cover and nearly retains the NXT Tag Team Championships right there, but Julius gets out and does make that crucial tag to Brutus as he's going to head outside near Ivy Nile to try to recover. Stinger splash by Brutus. Darf makes a tag to Sword, and now he'll head outside to recover. And now repeated elbows by Sword. Backbreaker by Sword. Stomp to the elbow. DDT by Sword. And now repeated stomps to the head. Sword with a submission locked in to the head of Brutus Creed. If he were to lock that in on Julius, that would likely be a match winner. As Julius steps into the ring to try to help his brother, and he only gets tossed outside and stunned for it. And now Sword goes after the legal man, and who launches Sword into the barricade. Now Brutus back to the ring, but Sword has his sights on Julius as Brutus taunts. Sword sent back to the ring by Julius, where Brutus is waiting. And he hits a suplex. Sword's chest down the yellow zone. Sword kicks up, but is not able to stop the tag to Julius Creed. Very risky maneuver to bring Julius back to this matchup when he's already injured and at risk of further injury. Elbow strike by Julius. Wise to let him get some offense in, then bring him back out of the match and tag in Brutus. Now Sword on the attack. Neckbreaker connects. Brutus is head now in the orange zone. Reversal by Brutus. Brutus hits the snake eyes on the top rope and goes for cover. Do we have new NXT Tag Team Champions? No. Sword powers out at 1. They lock up. Brutus is reversed with an arm drag by Sword. And now a knee to the head. Brutus is heading out to the red zone. He's at risk of suffering the same injury his brother has. As Sword looks to take flight. And connects with the Swanton Bomb, stunning Brutus Creed, but Julius is there to break that up at 1. And now Sword turns his attention to Julius Creed, trying to make him a non-factor in this matchup. He's stunned yet again. Brutus with a series of elbow strikes to reverse. There's a right from Brutus and a kick to the gut. Brutus showing off some of his power. And takes Sword down to the mat. He's now at risk of injury. Chest in the red zone. Now repeated stomps to the neck of Sword. And a cannonball. The injured Julius Creed brought back into this matchup. How long will he stay in? He gets some offense in. And has a finisher built up as well. Sword with a reversal. In comes Darf. As the crossbody is evaded. But Darf connects with a punch. Irish whip into the corner. And Darf thinking firm handshake, the move that his brother uses, but he patented. And that connects. Julius now stunned yet again, and now he's going for the tombstone lung blower. That connects. Body down the red zone as well. And Brutus with the drop kick is able to break up that cover. Now Darf stuns Brutus and turns his attention back to Julius, who's still resting in the corner, but looks like he's playing possum as he is able to reverse. Darf forced to the ropes, dropped down by Julius, and he hits the backbreaker and turns his attention to Sword. As Darf will head to the outside. Sword tossed to the ring. He's stunned. Neckbreaker by Julius. Darf back to the ring. And he's taken down. Both Falcon Claws down. Good opportunity here for the Creed brothers as Sword is suplex, and he's going to head outside right in front of Cabbages. But now Darf on the attack. He hits a power bomb. Roll up by Creed. But the referee is distracted by something on the outside. And Creed's only going to get a 1 count. Brutus tagged in. Clothesline evaded. And reversal into a DDT by Brutus Creed. There's a right from Creed. He has Darf in torture rack position and launches him into the canvas. Goes for cover. We nearly have new NXT Tag Team Champions, but Darf powers out at 2. And now Creed looking to take flight here. He has a finisher. Might be going for it here. And I need to answer Discord, so I'm going to pause commentary for a moment. As Darf breaks up a cover at 1. And clothesline by Julius. Darf breaks up the cover. And there's a stomp by Creed, reversal by Sword. Suplex by Sword. He goes for cover. Do the Five Claws remain tag team champions? No, this match continues. Sword in shock. He thought that would be enough. Knee to the injured head. Sword thought about taking flight here. He's not quite sure what he wants to do. Drop kick misses. Creed makes a tag. Julius tags in Brutus. Brutus's attack misses. Sword with a massive right. Drop kick connects. Darf tagged in. Reversal by Creed. Irish up into the corner. Darf might be trying to set up for the firm handshake here. No, he's going for something different instead. Darf is reversed by Creed, who gets behind him. Great awareness there by Creed. You have to give him credit. And then the big boot. Darf with a reversal. In comes Sword. There's a massive right from Sword. And a crossbody. Pele kick by Sword. Creed forced up. Into the Falcon Claw corner. Reversal by Creed. Snow gets a shot in. That stuns Creed. And that gives Sword an opening. In comes Darf. Darf thought about going after Julius on the apron, but instead elects to attack the legal man Brutus. Not going in and out of punches. Reversal by Creed. There's a right. Reversal into an arm drag. Brutus Creed now injured. He has the same injury his brother does. Both Creed brothers injured. How will that factor into this matchup? As Darf repeatedly sends Creed into his knee. Belly to belly suplex. In comes Sword. Sword comes off the ropes and misses with the knee drop. But hits the drop kick. Sword tags in Darf. We're seeing frequent tags here by the Falcon Claws, perhaps trying to make sure that they don't suffer injury. Darf going for the tombstone lung blower here. Will the Creed brothers just concede defeat here with both of them being injured? No. Julius tries to stop the cover, but isn't able to, and the Falcon Claws remain NXT Tag Team Champions.
Here are your winners, and still the NXT Tag Team Champions.
Say a prayer Sunday, Sunday morning. Think of heaven any time of night. But it's only when the night is falling. Fold your hands and pray.
Okay, and here is your results rankings update for this edition of NXT. In the opening matchup, Kaden Carter and Katana Chance defended their NXT Women's Tag Team Championships and were defeated by Alyssa Leon and Valentina Feroz, meaning we have new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions in Alyssa Leon and Valentina Feroz. Then Roxanne Perez defeated Ivy Nile of the Diamond Mine. Not a good night for the Diamond Mine. Then we had non-title action with Grayson Waller defeating the new NXT North American Champion Axiom in non-title action. Then our first of two WITM matches, Tiger Brown, the NXT Champion, defeated JD McDonagh in dominant fashion. And then the main event, Sword and Darf of the NXT Falcon Claws retained the NXT Tag Team Championships by defeating the Creed brothers. And I can confirm that Brutus Creed now also has an injury. So with both Creed brothers injured, they will be out of action for at least the next 2 weeks. So the Creed brothers, who Darf and Sword have been feuding with over the past few months, currently not a factor, and that will allow them to put an even fuller focus on the Smile Society. And how does that affect the rankings on NXT? Let's find out. The new NXT Women's Tag Team Champions are Valentina Feroz and Alyssa Leon. Number one contender is Toxic Attraction. Number two, Katana Chance and Kaden Carter, the former champions. The NXT Women's Champion is Blair Davenport. Number one contender, Roxanne Perez. Number two, Mandy Rose. Number three, Ariana Grace. Number four, Nikita Lyons. Number five, Cora Jade. Number six, Lash Legend. Number seven, Miko Satomura. Number eight, Alba Fire. Number nine, Tiffany Stratton. Number 10, Indy Hartwell. Number 11, Tatum Paxley. Number 12, Fallon Henley. Number 13, Ivy Nile. Number 14, Taya Hale. Number 15, Wendy Chu. And number 16, Zoe Stark. The NXT Tag Team Champions are Darf and Sword of the Falcon Claws. Number contenders, Pretty Deadly. Number 2, Gallus. Number 3, Jensen M. Briggs. Number 4, Enofe M. Blade. Number 5, The Dyad, representing Schism. The NXT North American Champion is Axiom. Number contender, Wes Lee. Number 2, Cabbages. Number 3, Grayson Waller. Number 4, Trick Williams. Number 5, Von Wagner. Number 6, Damon Kemp. And number 7, Nathan Frazier. The NXT champion is Tiger Brown. Number contender, Braun Breaker. Number 2, Ilya Dragunov. Number 3, Apollo Crews. Number 4, Carmelo Hayes. Number 5, Duke Hudson. Number 6, Joe Gacy. Number 7, Tyler Bates. Number 8, JD McDonagh. Number 9, Cameron Grimes. Number 10, Andre Chase. Number 11, Tony D'Angelo. So now we advance to main event, the minor show for both Raw and NXT. Since that is a minor show, I will not need to edit the cards. We can go ahead and see if there are any WITM matches. And yes, I don't believe they've ever competed on main event before. If they have, it's been a little while, but we will see Alec Winterborn and Yi Rock of the Raw Falcon Claws in the main event of main event. They're going to be taking on the Alpha Academy, taking a little break from their rivalry on Raw with the Judgment Day. But that is going to do it for episode number 34. If you enjoyed it, be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you do not miss a single moment of WITM action. Be sure to check out our links in the description for our Twitch channels, as well as our coupon codes for Dubby, where you can support WITM members and also receive 10% off of a great product. And until episode number 35, where Alec Winterborn and Yi Rock of the Raw Falcon Claws take on the Alpha Academy in the main event of main event. This is Corey with WITM CAW Wrestling, signing off.